Hey everybody! I've been accumulating a bunch of Spelunky clips as I record daily challenges and other gameplay, and a few notable things have happened while I've done that, so none of them were really enough to put together into a video of their own. So here is a collection of them. So just some miscellaneous things that have happened while I played this game that I thought were worth showing. So right here, this happened back when I was still trying to get a no treasure hell run. I was doing okay until 1-3, but then I screw up in just a moment and pick up that emerald right there. Whoops. So instead of restarting these runs, I usually just keep going and see how far I can get. Kind of turn them into speed runs, just try and get a Yama victory real quick. It rarely works out, but I try anyway. All that for a parachute that I don't even want. So something happens in this level that turns this into a more interesting run than it was going to be. I find that teleporter there in the wall, and I decide what I'm actually going to do is take it with me and see how far I can get with it. So in 1-4, we have a teleporter, and we're going to try and get it. Getting it to hell would involve some trickery with having something carry. Well, actually, it would involve a lot of trickery that I'm not skilled enough to pull off. So I think the plan was just to take it to Olmec. I still go for the black market and everything to get the Ankh for an extra life. But taking an item with you through sacrificing yourself on the Moai head level, and also when you have to carry Anubis' scepter with you, both involve a lot of luck and a lot of skill. So we're just going to take this to Olmec and see how we do with it. The key to teleporter survival seems to be to use it very sparingly. You try to use it too much, you're just going to end up in a wall or spikes or something and kill yourself. So I try to go kind of slowly and carefully. I want to take it with me all the way. And of course, shopkeepers are already angry, so I don't have a weapon with me at the start of each level, which makes this even more interesting. So while I have you guys here, I should probably tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me, because I haven't been putting up pretty much any videos lately. I started way too many projects at once, so I started the Legend of Grimrock LP and the game development series, and I think one or two other things kind of all at the same time. That just ended up overwhelming me. I should have figured it would, but so I got a little bit burned out in this stuff. Handy way to disarm shopkeepers: throw any body at them, like a little chain reaction that happens there, and they'll be stunned. If you throw something like a rock, they'll take 1 heart of damage, but they won't actually get stunned. So I take advantage of that a lot if I have a damsel or a caveman corpse or something. But anyway, so I got kind of burned out in making videos. Once I finished The City Beneath, I decided to take a break for a little while. I have been really itching to play The Second Sky, and of course get back to my Legend of Grimrock LP. Only managed to get 2 episodes of that up before I got kind of tired. I do still intend to finish that. And hopefully the game development series. I've actually been doing quite a bit of game development lately. I've told you guys a little bit about this game Water Tower that I've been working on. I'll probably put up a vlog where I talk a bit more about what's going on with that, because it's more than I want to tell here. But anyway, I've been working on it, and I almost have something to release. So once that happens, I'll be able to get back to videos and other things for at least a little while. But let's just watch this now. I don't think I bother with that altar. I just sort of want to move quickly. If I spend too much time in a level, I'm just likely to die there. So normally I jump straight into that shop and start shooting, but I don't have anything to use to shoot. I could attempt to teleport into a shopkeeper and kill it that way, but that's extremely risky because there's a lot of randomness with the teleporter. I think it takes you 3 to 6 blocks ahead, something like that. Not sure on the exact numbers, but you can't predict exactly where you're going to go. So I set it down there and kind of just hope to find a shotgun in the ground if I move a few shopkeepers to the same lair, which eventually works. There's one. Might as well make navigating that a little bit easier since there's a Maddock on the ground right there. If there are corpses in with that shopkeeper, he'll often shoot them as he goes by and then knock them into himself and take some damage. So if you do it just right, you can let him kill himself that way. Or you can do that and just stun the guy. I was trying to pick him up and throw him away to get his gun, but I couldn't quite pull it off there. Hit a few too many buttons at once right there. Now I take this Maddock down here with the plan of using it to get at that bomb bag in the prize wheel shop, but then I go in here and totally forget that I have it and just use a bomb to get in. No idea what I was planning to do with that boomerang. One quirk of those Tiki Men is they always seem to turn around if they're holding still and they throw their boomerang at you in a situation like that. So turn around and face the other way. So they'll throw the boomerang at you once, but then they'll be facing away, so they won't do it a second time. Looks like this level layout actually requires you to go through the beehive, unless you have a teleporter like I do. My plan here is to stand right over here and hit the guy with the bomb, but it sails right over his head, and on the second try I get too close, but get a lucky shot and happen to get him from a distance. Now, I still have the Ankh at this point, so I would have the option of sacrificing myself, but I think I'd die before I get there. And if I did that, I would lose the teleporter anyway, so there's not that much point in it. Oh, I guess I'm going to the worm. Yeah, I can usually can't resist the worm when I have an opportunity to go to it. I like it a lot. I just wish it didn't punish you so much for going there, money-wise. Because if you ever go there during a daily challenge, you're just going to lose the opportunity to get quite a lot of gems you can get in the ice caves very easily, since there are UFOs and mines all over the place. And in the worm, you won't get the ghost unless you've destroyed 3 altars. And if you've done that, you'll have to deal with the ball and chain, which is major pain. I've never quite gotten used to the ball and chain. Need that in order to take something with you when you sacrifice yourself in the Moai level. There is some trickery you can do to get rid of it afterward, but it's hard to pull off. And you have to get the luck to find enough altars and also sacrifice enough things to get your favor back up afterward. So I haven't been able to get a run like that yet. That's usually how people do eggplant runs. I sacrifice a mystery box in an early level, then take the eggplant with you, destroying 2 altars along the way. Yeah, anyway, it's a whole complicated chain of events that I have not yet been able to pull off, but also haven't really given a serious try, because I enjoy playing the game in other ways more than that. It's a shame I don't have a Kapala with me, because the worm is always a great opportunity to get a huge amount of health, just because everything in there bleeds so much. For some reason I feel like I need to drop a bomb in here to get rid of the acid And that's what I do end up doing, but looking back at it, there are plenty of better options I could have taken. That sticks there, and then I have to do it again. Ah, there, I got it. If you're quick enough, you can just get in and out of the acid before it can do you any damage. But you do run the risk of the bubbles coming up above and stunning you and knocking you back in, so that's a move that has to be done with care. Man, I run into so many Yetis in here. Quite a few shopkeepers get a hold of me during this run, too. I'm lucky I didn't get thrown around too much. I don't think I really had a plan there. I just kind of lucked out and managed to dodge his bullets and land on his head. I think going in here, I just kind of wanted to see if I could get through the mothership more than to actually get to the place where I'd sacrifice myself. So I kind of just want to get out of here. There's also no point to... oh yeah, that's where I died. There's very little point in taking the plasma cannon with you if you've been to the worm, because you only get it for one level if you do it that way. Unless you're going for Olmec. In which case you can bring it with you all the way. Now, since we're here with a teleporter, you know what we have to do. Gotta get inside. So instead of a head jet, if you get into the head that way, you get a diamond, and it's worth more than a normal diamond. It's actually 7,500, where a diamond is usually 5,000. But basically, when you sacrifice yourself, the diamond turns into the head jet. So there's no way to get it without the Ankh. I don't think you'd be able to kill a Crocman with a teleporter, but I didn't actually try here. I assume that if you teleported into him, he'd just teleport away instead of dying, but maybe not. You can kill them with Anubis' Scepter. I've done it before, but it's very dangerous because they'll teleport all over the place, and of course the Scepter shot will go with them and can very easily run into you and kill you. Now that seemed like a crazy situation. Just somehow managed to get into the arrow trap, even though it was way up there out of the way. Just because I wanted to stomp on the scorpion fly for whatever reason. So I think in another video I mused about the two cavemen that don't get stomped in this scene and where they end up. And I figured that if you had a teleporter with you, you could teleport to the right really quickly and see if you could catch them. But I didn't think of it at the time of recording this. I'll have to try it again someday. I assume they're just gone, but maybe you can actually see them running away. So I really wanted to do this fight the fun way, but then I noticed I only had one heart and figured I'd probably die if I tried. So I do it the easy way and just start bombing. I do enjoy it a lot more if you let him stomp his way down, though. That's a much more fun way to do things. And we got it! So that's the end of this run. Up next, I have another little bit of silliness, where I end up with 2 jetpacks, and decide to take them to Olmec, because there is a thing you can do with them there. You can actually drop one jetpack into the lava and get him to stomp on top of it, and it'll blow up and drain the lava. And then some very strange stuff happens if you go down below where you normally would be in the Olmec level. So we're going to do that in this run. And we are going from 1-4, so long way to carry this jetpack, but I managed to pull it off. Surprised I didn't go for that damsel. It looked easy to get and I could have used the health. Might as well get some supplies in there. It's pretty low on bombs. But once again, we're going in here without a weapon. I want to say a shopkeeper is unable to throw you if you're hanging on an edge. I know they are if you're standing in a one-high space. There's a couple of situations where they'll just do damage to you and keep moving, which is a lot less dangerous. But I don't know exactly what all those situations are, so it's kind of hard to predict whether you get thrown or just get hit. And here's another situation I don't totally understand. Sometimes, if they're stuck in cobwebs facing away from you, they won't ever turn and shoot you. But I haven't figured out the logic of when they will and when they won't. That's a terrible start to a level. Have to be really ready to dodge that sort of thing. Whoops. Well, there goes my extra life. Thought I could get in the door in time before he got to me, but nope. Ice caves are always a breeze if you have a jetpack and you're not going for money. Just go straight through them with no trouble at all. Except in the rare situation where a shopkeeper is in a place you can't just get him to go off the edge. Like if you run into the Yeti caves. Those can be pretty deadly. There's a lot of explosions there. I have way more bombs than I need, so might as well make my life a little bit easier with them. Normally, I'd just save my bombs for getting money if I'm doing a money run, but if I'm not, and just doing something like this, then I'll use them to kill things every once in a while. So I've kind of gotten in the habit of just not doing that almost ever. You have to really be aware of those lava pits, because magma men can just come out of nowhere and knock you right into them before you can do anything about it. I just try to fly really high over them, so hopefully they won't have the opportunity. Now I choose the far left to dig my hole here. Just want to bomb this guy, get him out of my way. And that turns out not to be the best spot. Let's see if you can guess why. You'll see in a minute. Once I've chosen this spot and thrown the jetpack in, I can't change it. So jetpack in there. Now I have to wait a long time for it to sink down to the bottom. I wait a very long time just to be really sure, so let's speed this up a little bit. Quadruple speed Olmec music is not a very pretty thing to hear. So a minute and a half should do it. And as you see here, that was way longer than I needed. So here's where we run into a problem. Olmec needs to go in the hole, but it's a platform in the way, and he doesn't go through it. I kind of figured he would go through it, but nope. So even if he stomps, he just does nothing. So we have to get him down and around it. It's just such a well-done fight. I really wish the Yama fight were more interesting. This one is much more fun the way it is. That's far enough. Down he goes. Now we play the waiting game again. but it actually doesn't take nearly as long this time. As soon as that explodes, the lava is gone, because the blocks below it get knocked out. And you're in this weird empty space down here. Not too much in it. So I just want to ride him over here and play around on the left side a little bit. You can drop him through this floor and he'll just go down into nothingness below, but there's not much point to doing that, because the door's already open. As soon as he touches the lava, the door opens, so if you wanted to leave, you could do it now. So there's money in the ground down here. I decide that I want some of it. So what do you suppose happens if you go downward here? Would not have expected that. Get this weird sparkly effect, screen goes dark, and you just die. So I got just a couple of short clips here. This one happens at the very beginning of Mines 1-1. That chest had a bomb in it. Let's throw it away. Oh wait, it's 2 bombs. I've never seen a chest with 2 bombs in it before or since, but apparently it can happen. Now here's a level with some just crazy generation. I think I'm just trying to get a Yama kill here, so I'm going kind of quick and ignoring everything, but down at the bottom, there are so many spikes, my brain just can't process it, and I just end up on them. I've never seen that many spikes generate outside of hell. Now this one actually happens on a daily. You can see the little icon next to the level number up there. And it's just sort of a crazy set of circumstances that leads to my death. I was fine handling the spider and the shopkeeper there, but something else happens. I jump too high and shoot, and that happens. Now here's something really special. I started recording as soon as I got it. Look what I found in a crate! Got plasma cannon in 1-1. So I've only seen that happen once. There's a very, very rare chance for a plasma cannon to be in a crate, and I happened to get one here. Wasn't recording at the beginning, but yeah, I started as soon as I found it. So the ideal thing to do with a plasma cannon here would be to methodically take down the entire level, every level, goes to all the gems, get all the gold in it, and just go through the whole game that way. This happened to Bananasaurus Rex once, and he got what was the world record score at the time in a run that took 7 hours to complete, I think, or 4 hours. I don't know. It was several hours long, just because he did what I just said. He took down the entire level, ghosted pretty much everything. Also was lucky enough to get a jetpack in 1-2 and managed to take the plasma cannon with him to the City of Gold, and I think even to Hell somehow. That guy's nuts. I know that I'm not going to do well at this, but I'm going to try my best just to see how well it actually goes. So this is 1-1, so I don't have a lot of power-ups. I apparently somehow got a pitcher's mitt somewhere, and have quite a few bombs. But beyond that, not too much else. So not that much mobility, but the plasma cannon actually helps quite a bit with that. You can do a plasma cannon jump, which takes you 2 extra blocks, I think, which is twice as much as a shotgun or freeze ray or a web gun. And you can just blast your way out of pretty much any situation. So I use that snake there to get those 2 bits of gold in the wall. I'd gone down through this level pretty quickly, so I hadn't really cleared it out, because I did not expect to find a plasma cannon at the bottom. Oops, lost that gem. And that one too. Oh well. So I just want to see how much more level I can take down with the ghost here hassling me the whole time. I don't do too poorly at it. know that one's going to be hard to get, the sapphire over on the right, so I have to take down a bit more level before I go for it. That one right there is in kind of the same situation, but a little easier to get. And yeah, even if I get cornered here, I can just shoot my way out. No problem. As long as I have a backstop so I don't rebound back into the ghost, I'm fine. I'm trying to get at that big bit of gold in the wall there. Can't quite hit it from here, though. Now, since I don't have an Ujjarai or spectacles yet, it would be ideal to dig out every single block in the level to get all of the gems. I can't see where they are to go for them, but I don't actually stay long enough to do that, because that would just take forever. So I just get what I can see, and then leave with it. So you can see things are getting quite a bit sparser here. It's getting harder to navigate the level. Ideally, you'd want to go top to bottom, but I didn't really think of that until after I'd cleared a whole lot of the space. There's another gem. It'd be cool if I could find a Spelunky seed with a plasma cannon in a crate in 1-1, just so I could practice this sort of thing in case it ever comes up again. I have not been able to find a specific seed that does that just yet. And I mean, you couldn't submit a high score with that, because Spelunky disables high score submission. Interestingly, I found that it can actually be used to cheat the once-only daily challenge behavior. Because you can actually... I had it active once, and I was just playing Hard Lunky or something, and I then went to play a daily challenge, and it downloaded the seed and generated like the daily challenge, but since score submission had been disabled, after I died in that daily, I found that I wasn't actually on the leaderboard, or leaderboards didn't load or something. So I tried disabling Spelunky and restarting Spelunky, and I tried it again, and the daily wasn't locked out. So I was actually able to play it and practice with it before I did the real thing. Which, you know, is essentially cheating, but it's not that much more cheating than just watching somebody else play it beforehand, because you can do that with the daily challenge. So that's an option if you really want to make sure you get a good score. You can practice the seed a few times. Of course, that definitely doesn't guarantee victory. Just knowing what's coming is... I don't know. I've found that it doesn't help me all that much. I've tried playing with the same seed over and over, and I don't really do much better than with a random seed. It's just this game's mostly about execution, only a little bit of knowledge of what's coming up. Found another gem. I think I get these two and then I leave, because I decide that's enough. They're the only ones I know that are there, so I'm not going to just spend all my time taking down the rest of this level for little bits of gold and other possible gems I might find. Looks like I've left myself enough platforms to still be able to get around. I kinda wanted that gold, but decided I was tired of being in this level, so I just leave. Now, I don't get very far in the next level before I die, but I give it a try at least, and I'm able to take the approach of going top-down. Sadly, that shop did not contain a jetpack. That would have made things a whole lot easier. Might have changed the way this ultimately goes. but it did not. So I decided to ignore the shop until I get to that lair and just demolish everything up here first. Got knocked back further than I was planning and picked up one gem there. Oh well. Now, one of the reasons I was doing this the way that I am is because my personal best high score is actually pretty low compared to how I've done in the daily challenge, because dailies don't save your score as the same way that just playing normally does. So I think my personal best is I don't know, 600,000 or something. But in daily challenges, I've actually gotten pretty close to 2 million before. Not very often, but it's happened. But I spend so much more time playing the daily challenge in this game than just playing the game normally that I just don't get the same scores. And if I'm not playing a daily, usually I'm just trying to go quickly, because I don't really enjoy going for money as much as just playing the game and trying to get to the end. So I don't spend a whole lot of time doing that. Stuck in a hole? No big deal. Just plasma cannon our way out. And happen upon a few gems at the same time. Several gems. He's lucky. It knocks you off a ladder, unlike the shotgun, freeze ray, and other things you can shoot that have recoil. If you are playing two-player mode, though, and one player picks up the other player who is holding the plasma cannon, that player can actually shoot it without any recoil at all. Which is pretty neat. I might have to try doing some two-player mode silliness again someday to see if I can get... I don't know if your scores are saved in two-player mode. If they are, I could take the second player along and fairly easily get a plasma cannon into the City of Gold and into Hell. Because otherwise you usually need a helper for that sort of thing. But yeah, in two-player mode, you wouldn't need that. But I don't know if it saves your scores. So we've only taken down one lair and a little bit, and the ghost's already here, so you're going to be dealing with the ghost a whole lot if you're playing this way. It took me about 2 minutes to take down the first full layer of the level, so it's about 30 seconds per chunk. I don't know what I was doing there. I think I was trying to grab the ladder, but just didn't go quite far enough forward, so I just died. And that was kind of a relief, because it's a lot of pressure to have the plasma cannon on me there. So, here is an attempt at getting Anubis 2 into Hell with me. And there's actually quite a few complications. I learn a lot about them while I'm doing this here. Olmec can stomp on Anubis and cause him a lot of damage. I'm not sure exactly how much damage it does, but he can't take a whole lot of those without dying. So you don't want to let that happen. Got to get him way up here to keep him out of the way. And is constantly spawning these skeletons, which are really more of an annoyance than anything, because they only... I did not do a good job at bombing that. Because they only do 1 heart of damage, but there's just so many of them appearing all the time, all over the place, that really gets on your nerves. So I found a Madoc out over there, and I decided that would be a fun way to make the Olmec hole to get him down. Need to be sure to make him in the right place. Hell door is right there. But there is a problem. Anubis 2 is always in the way, so that's actually pretty hard to do. But I tried anyway. Caused him a little bit of damage there. I learned that the damage that he takes... I should have gotten him way further away from me before I tried going down here, because what happens here? Here's a crazy situation. Trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of this one without killing him. And that's about all I can do with the Madoc. Let's see, what do I end up doing here? because I kind of managed this. He seems to be kind of stuck on the wall there, or maybe just doesn't want to get any closer to me. I figured that if I use my whip, I can get through that little gap there. It kind of works, but I cause him a lot of damage too as I'm leaving. I have enough health that I can take it. I think I might have used a mummy to get a whole bunch of health before I came here, but I wasn't recording, so I don't know. So once he's well out of the way, we'll go down there and continue on that hole. This would have been much easier if I just used bombs, because I know how to do that. It's the easy way to do it, but I just decided I wanted to use the Maddock for fun. And it was fun, and I learned some stuff doing it, so I'm glad I did it. I don't want Olmec too close, because he's going to go down there as soon as I give him the opportunity. Yep, there he is. Also just crushed my shotgun, so I won't get to take that with me to hell. So apparently Olmec will stay over there if I don't get any closer to him. So I'll finish the hole here. Is that wide enough? Yeah, I think that's just wide enough, or maybe it needs to be one wider. Having trouble eyeballing it for some reason. I don't really want to be standing on the ground when he gets too close, because most likely he's going to summon a skeleton where I'm hiding and cause me some trouble. Okay, yeah, that is wide enough. Whoa! I don't know how I survived that. So right here I did manage to get Anubis 2 into hell. Unfortunately, it seems that the damage he takes stays with him. So he's already taken a lot of damage before he comes here. I think he either goes in that lava pool or a tiki trap. Yeah, it must be that lava up there. And that just kills him instantly. So, no luck on that. Let's try again. I have to be playing as Yang this time. I'll tell you why in a little bit. This attempt is actually successful. I get all the way through the Yama fight with Anubis 2 with me. So using what I learned in that previous attempt, I do a lot better here. So no Maddoking this time. I'm just going to use bombs to get down there as quick as I can and keep Anubis far, far away. Keep Olmec far away too. He needs to be over here. But don't put the two too close to together, or they'll kill each other. I'm gonna do this fast, so I'm placing bombs as quickly as I can. I think I actually managed to get the hole dug all the way before Anubis 2 makes his way back over to me. Yep, just in time. So Olmec a little closer, but not so close that he starts damaging Anubis. Gotta get him out of the way now. So do you notice how much longer it takes to look down or look up after you've seen Olmec? I've found that that's actually a bug in the game where, where if you've been to the Olmec fight, you're looking up and looking down, slow down, and that sticks with you until you relaunch the game. Like if you restart the game, looking up and looking down is going to take longer after you've seen Olmec. I think it has to do with the opening cutscene that slows the camera down for some reason. a little bit annoying, but not too bad to deal with. That's ready to go, so you can all back into it. Here we go. So I don't think we've actually caused any damage to Anubis 2 at this point. He should be at full health. Since he died in the lava last time, I'm actually not sure if his health, if his damage is cumulative. I hate those guys, they're so scary. Ever since I died that first time on one, just spiking me to death like that over and over, I've been kind of afraid of them. You gotta go really fast here, otherwise this happens. I don't even have time to go for Vlad's Amulet, just want to get down to the X's as quick as I can. This was a very enclosed level, so it was hard to do. I think the others, I have a little bit of an easier time with it. One more to go. Don't even care about that crate. Of course, I have pretty much all the power-ups I could ever want. So, of course, I don't care about the crate. I don't have spring shoes. Oh, wait, do I have spring shoes? I either don't have spring shoes or don't have spike shoes. I couldn't quite get a close enough look at them. Once again, just try and keep him away from danger, like particularly that big wall of tiki traps there. I don't want him to get caught in those, because tiki traps will damage him, even though he goes through everything. Also don't want too many skulls to rain down his head, but they only do 1 damage each, so they're not such a big deal. I didn't need that shotgun. Maybe I'll just bomb him. And there we go. Now, I was really hoping he'd show up in this scene or in the end credits, but unfortunately he didn't. The reason I was playing as Yang is because one time I was playing as him and I got to the end, and I met another Yang there. He was waiting for me just like he would be if I played another character. I've not been able to reproduce that since, but it happened once. I have a screenshot of it. I'll put it up on the screen here so you can see it. Yeah, that totally happened, but I can't get it to happen again. I don't know why. Anyway, so that was just a little bit of fun there. If I end up with any other notable Spelunky clips, I might put them together into a collection like this someday. I still play the game a lot. I have a lot of fun with it. But like I said earlier, hopefully I'll be back to normal LPs soon, and hopefully have another game or two out in not too long. I know I wanted to involve you guys in the process of developing games a little bit more. Haven't quite managed to do that yet. It's pretty hard. It's hard enough just to write a game on its own, but also to document it in video form at the same time actually turns out to make it a lot harder. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.